Yes, Kristen.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Uh,
Son!
I
Sorry.
am tired after work last night, but good. Hey, so I kind of was hearing bits and pieces about this Jessica thing, um, like the aftermath of it. And I was in that live when she came on, and a lot of information that we
Uh,
was told was from her. Was from Jessica herself, said that she had talked to Lisa, said that all this was going on. She put everybody's name into it about who these other cash apps are, who these other guys are, asked us if we knew about these people. So I don't know what
What
she's.
gives them the right to send her death threats and her family death threats? Like, that doesn't give anybody any right to do that, no matter what she did on this app. They had no right to send her family members death threats. Her whole family. How is that okay? How would
No,
you feel if that was you?
no, that's definitely not okay. And that's why I was saying I haven't heard, I've only heard bits and pieces because I was at
I
work
have
all day
her
yesterday.
screenshots of the things that they were saying to her. And if she was not a strong minded person, she probably would not be on this earth anymore because of the things that they were saying to her. And then to go and find her Instagram and message her children, y'all need to stop. They need to stop bringing kids into it. They really do, because they're going to fuck around and find out by the wrong person. You're going to show up at someone's house and you're not going to come
Whoa, whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What did
Hang
I
on, Miss
miss?
Flying Dragon. Hang on, because you're saying too much. That has not come out yet.
I
So a
have
lot of
this
people
because
don't know what we're talking about.
I am so
Well,
confused.
I will
Somebody
say,
just fill
like,
me in.
for
the
herself, she
Jessica
herself
Lynn
has gotten fucking
situation.
death threats
I
too.
don't know
Right, but
what's
a
going
lot
on
So
of
with
people
even
this.
don't know
Dragon,
this.
all right,
But
well,
it's going to come
Dragon has
out. I'll
gotten
post it on my page. She gave me permission to post it. That's why I'm speaking on it. Like, it's not okay. You
No,
don't do that.
that's not
You
okay.
have a
And I didn't
problem with
know
somebody on this app, you need to go to that person and do not involve their children.
men.
I don't care what anybody says. Come at me because you're involving children, and that's not okay.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I, I'm sorry, girls. You gotta calm down a little bit because I know there was a story coming out, and I don't know if it's been out yet, and I
I'm
don't
not.
know how we can direct anybody to learn it for themselves.
I'm not
So,
talking because I don't even know what we're referencing. All I was saying is like if
I was
yeah,
just
you're
that's fine.
referencing
questioning
That's
and you
Jessica.
fine. My
follow
little
us,
flying dragon is going buck
she's
wild
breathing
right
fire.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am because I see it in Lisa's chat when they go in there and they spam her chat and they talk about her kids. And what gives any of you grown ass adults the right to talk about any child?
I'm gonna
Okay,
put
but
some
wait a
dry ice
minute.
on that mouth.
You
no, so like
you've interrupted Kristen trying to explain
no,
something.
it's okay. I didn't know anything about like the death threats or anything. Like I said, I was at work all day yesterday, and I think I hopped in here a little bit when I got home or when I was still at work, even.
It
But
is just something that came to light today. So
what is?
No, no, because dragons got them too.
no, no, no. We're talking about a specific person,
I know,
honey.
but I'm saying it's not just one person, though. I'm not talking about that person. I'm saying they're doing it to multiple people. And dragons, the reason she's so fucking mad is because they were also doing it to her. So it's not just about the person that was in the box. They're doing it to other people too. And she was one of them.
Okay, but we gotta go one subject at a time, guys.
It's
We're
the same
confusing
subject.
everybody.
No, no, no. It's the same subject, though.
It
You're
is the
doing
same
death,
subject. Absolutely it is.
like you're literally she's
It's just
doing
on a
death
different
threats to a
person.
person in the box, and then this mod is getting death threats too. She's just relating it to what she's dealing with too. I haven't gotten them for now, but they're doing it. That's all.
I wish somebody would.
yeah, I'm not okay with the death threats, obviously.
Sorry, did somebody just say, "Do you guys have proof?" I'd
Yeah.
love for you to fuck around and find out. That's what I'd love.
This is what I'm trying to
Who
explain.
are you?
They're
Who
gone.
are
That's
you,
what they're
Jay?
gone. They're gone. I don't fucking care.
We
I
gotta
don't
give
want to.
Kristen a
I've only
minute to
blocked
talk.
like two people. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute, but I'm just gonna say this. I haven't blocked a ton of people, but there's a tolerance level that I'm not gonna go above. I'm tired of this shit for real.
Yes, Kristen?
Yeah, I don't agree with the death threats. I didn't know anything about that. I just knew kind of like I heard Jessica on the live yesterday, basically like explaining a little bit about it, and like it just kind of bothered me because everything that she was saying before any of that, again, I knew nothing about that. She was basically saying that like she didn't say it. And I heard her and I was like, you did, but that's beside the point. We're all grown and we all need to act like it. And doing death threats and all that shit, like that's not necessary for anybody. We don't know, like, we don't know anybody personally on, I mean, some people may, I guess, know people personally on this app, but still, like, there's no reason to do death threats to anybody. We all want the same thing at the end of the day, and that's to have somebody who is clearly struggling in life with addiction to get help. And that's all that matters. And I've been there. I've been there. I have two kids who watched me go through everything. And they ended up saving me in the end. And seeing this with Lisa just breaks my heart every time. It triggers me. There's times where I just have to step away because it's so upsetting, and how everybody is acting is completely ridiculous for anything. There's no reason for death threats. There's no reason for anything. Everybody come together and really try to make an impact in her life. I used to watch another person named Ashley on this app, and she was,
Are you talking about Ashley Hat?
yes, and
Get down, Toast.
she has
Get down.
a complete change. And I hopped into her live today and I was like, seeing the old you, it used to trigger me. Seeing how you are now, like you're doing great. She's got an 8-month-old, like she's doing great for
Yeah,
her.
she still lives in sober living with the baby.
Yeah, and it makes
You know,
me
for real
so
question though, if you were on this side where you actually do care for Lisa, none of us go over there and bully her, and you are seeing a certain group bully her, bully everybody, like, would you be okay with it? Because it, like, over here, it's not okay, and we do take it personally because it's just, you know, you're kicking her when she's down, you're kicking everybody when they're down, you're making fun of her, you're sending death threats. Like, it's not a game over here. That, I guess that's what it is. Like, I don't care if you follow them. I literally don't give a shit. But I guess people really need to see who they're following and what their beliefs are, and if they line up with yours, because I think it's, I don't know, unless you're in the situation, you really don't understand it.
and I think that's what it is too. I mean, I feel like the only people who are who can relate to her more are the people who have been there. Not saying that the other people are the bullies, because there are good-hearted people. But like I can relate to her, so I don't, like, I try to always just give words of encouragement, but I don't ever go onto her live anymore because she doesn't read those, right? She reads the negative ones, where, let's be honest. But and that's sad for her because there's so many people pulling for her, but the bullying and all of that shit isn't necessary, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of why we're all riled up, because it's just, we don't bully people. We don't bring the shit anywhere else. And it's like they're sending minions to her page. They're bringing them to our page, Carmen's page. And we had a nice, fun chat. And it just turned to shit. And it's like, I don't. So go, Carmen's trying to mod. No, it's not. She's already told everybody, get the fuck out. Like, I don't care if you follow me. Just leave. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave everybody alone. So it's not about money. It's just, I hope you like look at Florida Man. I know a lot of people have a lot of shit to say about him, but I'm going to tell you right this one thing. He comes with receipts. He has proof for what he's saying. Take it as you will.
Yeah, I would just like to see this app do better. And I mean, I know, again, it's just an app. My kids are both on the app. And you know, obviously having children who are on the app, I have to monitor it a little more, and I do. And they will see something, and they'll just instantly, like if it looks like something that they've seen with me, my son instantly scrolls past it. No, I'm not doing that because it brings him trauma. And I have learned, I have realized that I've caused my kids trauma in my life from dealing with that. And I didn't have all the outside TikTok, Instagram, like all of that, like bullying and stuff and outside point of views because I didn't post anything on there. I just dealt with it in my life. And that's what a lot of people have done. And now people who take it to the internet, I just feel like everyone just thinks that it's a free for all because, yes, it's a public platform and you're putting it out there, but you still have to have morals, I guess, morals and respect and still be humans.
Well, look, there's still a level of privacy, and doxing personal information is like it's gone above and beyond too far.
Exactly.
And I don't let my kids actually have TikTok, and the oldest is 14. And that's a personal preference. But it's just, this app is horrible, to be honest with you. And as parents, we all feel like we've traumatized our children in one way or another. Yours is different than mine. I have my own trauma that I'm putting onto my children, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
The difference is I don't care who you follow. I don't care what you're doing. Just leave me alone. I have my own problems to deal with. I don't need you to come attack me because that's where this started for me personally, was getting messaged by a certain person for no reason. I don't ask for it. I have done nothing to anybody. I already beat myself up. I don't need any more bullshit from anybody else. And I'm sure you feel like that. I'm sure Lisa feels like that. And I'm sure all of us in this room beat the shit out of ourselves every day because we didn't do XYZ and we know we're doing something that is going to harm our children in some way someday. And
Not me, mine are raised.
Well, good for you, parent of the fucking year.
I mean, he still lives.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's definitely, and I mean, we all have to realize that everybody has a past. Nobody's perfect. And we have to take that. And from one thing that I've realized on this app, because I'm just new going like live and stuff, is I notice a lot of it is like the chats. People will bounce from chat to chat if they follow people, start all kinds of problems that way. And then it turns into something that it's not. The screen recordings, they'll screen record cut off at a part where they weren't actually talking about the person, send it to them and be like, oh, hey, this person was talking about you. Just trying to feed into it and be a big part of it.
Shit.
I mean, I couldn't even tell you, I follow so many people on here because it relates to, the Lisa thing or the new thing with Adrielle. That's a whole other thing, so like there's a lot of different people that I follow, but going back and forth into chats is something that I don't have time for it because then I can't keep up, so like
I don't
That's
even.
why
give a shit.
I don't go to that side. I don't go to any of that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
talking about you guys about something. I'm not going to go into another chat and keep talking about something, and then they're like, well,
right.
"What are you talking about?" Like it just doesn't.
But that's the problem. That's what we're getting. I don't go into other people's chats. None of us go into other people's chats and bring the drama there. That's what we're getting. And it's tiring. It is exhausting. It's not necessary. And it's like, I don't even understand it, to be honest with you. I'm too old for this shit. I mean, I'm not that old, but old enough to know, like, this is just insane.
That's how I feel. I don't like bullying as it is. I mean, obviously, all of us who have younger children, or even, I mean, children in general, that's the one thing that we always try to teach our kids not to do. And I'm sorry, but I mean, if my kids were to see me sit here and bully somebody, it would rub off. They would be like, oh, well, my mom's doing it, so it must be okay. Oh, my
That's learned behavior. I've been saying that
Absolutely.
all along.
You
You
know,
know,
and
what I could see is me fighting to not have these people attacking Lisa, because actually, to be honest with you, we've been following her for a long time. I actually like hold a little piece in my heart that I just really, I'm hoping that she gets better. It's her choice. So I can't hold that forever. But
Yeah.
I don't even let them watch her anymore. But they hear a lot of stuff as far as like the bullying. They don't understand it. They're little kids. They see me yelling, like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this to people? And they're like, why are adults like this? Because they know better. They're little
And
kids.
yeah, and that's exactly it. Like our kids learn from us and seeing us on the internet. Obviously, there's a lot of parents whose children are on this app. Like I said, my kids are. So I'm very careful with what I post on there. I don't really post my kids on there. I'm very careful with what I post because that's a whole other thing. And people are very, what's the word? Like very, like they just don't care, and they'll bring people's children into it. They'll bring,
Narcissistic.
yes,
You
Psychotic.
understand the adults took this app over from actual children, and it should go back to just having fucking children on it. Period.
yes, yeah. Didn't it? I think it started off as a children's app or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
And it
And the
gradually
adults took it
becomes
over when COVID
full.
happened.
Yeah.
And
I
I
didn't
mean,
even have it then. I mean,
just seeing that's kind of when I like started because me working for the concert venues. I couldn't really. I mean, obviously, I had not wasn't able to
oh,
work.
you lost a lot of time because you couldn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. So, and even then, in order to go back, it was like you had to have the COVID shot, you had to do all that, and like it was a whole process. But just, I mean, just seeing, going back to like what you were saying, like there's a piece of me that feels for Lisa, that has love for Lisa because I've been there. I've seen the struggle. I've seen, like I said, mine was all off of social media, but I've seen the struggle. I've hurt my family. I've done all of that. My family, my dad and mom believed in me and sat there and told everybody, no, she doesn't have a problem. And when it came out that I did, they looked like the fools, So like it was just everyone. It was just every, the people that believed in me. I hurt the most, and I see that with Lisa because there's so many people who are wanting to help her family, her sister, like both of her sisters, her kids, everything. And until she wants the help, it's not going to help.
Not at all.
The bullying's not going to help any of that. That's just going to make it worse because, I mean, let's face it, we know what can happen when people get bullied. We see it in schools all the time about how friends, about how
Number one suicide is cause of from bullying. It's the number one thing in the United States.
exactly. I was gonna say that, but I know TikTok has guidelines. So
I swear to God, we read this whole thing off this morning and the people left. And then there was a song played, they left. It's not a joke here. Like I promise you, I know we're all fired up, but it's kind of personal. They're taking it personal. We don't go in your lane. I don't believe what you do. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not going to come after you for it. You know what I mean? It's just it's
yeah.
Well, there was that. They just need to leave fucking people alone. Alone, 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 alone. Alone, alone, alone.
It's like a tradition for you now. It's just
Look, I've said that. I told you since my younger days.
it
I
reminds
don't know why. It's a habit.
it just reminds me of my nana. Mm-mm-mm.
You got flagged too, Carmen?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
They restricted me real quick.
Well, I
I,
was
and I
brushing
was
my
trying
teeth and I
to
happened to look
pronounce
up and I'm
hard.
like, oh, me too. I heard.
Dude, I don't know if I did. Did
Yeah,
I?
I was trying so hard, but
Now, see, that's
I
exactly
wasn't
what
even
happened.
talking then, though. That's the thing. I
Right.
haven't been in there for the last 5 minutes. Did I get flagged? I didn't see it.
No, I was just brushing my teeth though. So I don't
Oh, I just switched accounts just because I was like, they're gonna start shit. But
And then
yeah,
I
mine
said,
doesn't say anything.
But see, anybody in here right now sees what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
We are a small group chatting, and we're getting mass reported.
For what? Exactly.
For what?
I think when mine came across it, said something about because I used XANAX.
To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter. We were talking about food, bagels, and donuts. They reported us.
Right, we were talking about food the other day.
Literally, there was nothing about anybody
and they
else
tried to get me for hate speech on food.
about donuts. I hope somebody posts that whole live because it's just, that's what we're talking about. You can't even go live. You can't even talk because that's the kind of shit we deal with. Tonight's an extra feisty night. It's not normally like this, but my God.
And then we've
Well, I got
also
a deal.
seen messages in that disco that says, "Oop, Carmen got banned." Sorry, we have not got banned.
I never got banned. They
No.
tried to get me. I got it back in 10 minutes. And I just didn't go live until, what, Tuesday?
They did that to me, my first live ever. And I'm like, oh, great. This is the account I really like. Stupid.
My main account got banned, so
So that's why, people in the chat can understand what's going on. Like, we want to have a civil conversation with people. We want to bring people into the boxes and help them with their struggles, or if they just need somebody to talk to, and yet we're getting mass reported. That's not fair. Yeah. Leave us alone. If you don't like what we have to say, leave the room. There is no information here for you, especially if you want misinformation.
I'm not putting hands behind your back and
here.
tying you down to stay here. I promise you I'm not.
Spying and go away.
We've literally
I don't give a fly fuck.
Carmen and every one of her mods tonight has said, just go the fuck away. Nobody wants your follow. Nobody fucking cares. Just fucking leave. If you have an issue, you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's all we're asking. Go the fuck away.
Ew, DNA, motherfucking DNA.
Yeah.
DNA.
I'm new to this whole going live thing, and this is only like my third time being live, but so I try to be able to help with like the understanding as far as that aspect goes, and like I was saying before I got restricted, the people giving her money and gift cards, like all of that, like I don't want this to come off wrong, but I understand why they're doing it, if they're doing it for the right reasons, because I've been there, right? But when you can visibly see and you have several people telling you after the fact and in the chat not to do it because of this, then I don't understand it.
So that's what we see. We see I don't understand why you're doing this, because these same people who come in here and say, oh, you guys shouldn't do this or XYZ are doing it to harm her. It's your choice where you want to send your money. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she's going to get her money regardless of what the fuck anybody in here does.
Right.
It's not our decision. It's
Absolutely.
not, and that's where there are problems starting. Nobody here wants money. Nobody wants gifts. It's like the other group, they're actually monetized making money off this shit. We don't want it. If we get a gift, great. If we don't, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Literally, we're like a group of us that we talk offline all the time. It's not just about her. And I just hope you realize it. It's just I've never gone live until I came a part of this group. I'm gonna tell you, it's just something I never even realized was happening. I've been on TikTok. I've watched all videos. I did not realize that there was this side of TikTok. To be fair, like, honest to God.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna get her money, like you were saying, one way or another. Do I think she's getting it all from TikTok? No, absolutely not. I think
You're
that
right.
there's more stuff behind the scenes, and she's getting her money. She's getting her money one way or another, and a part of me feels like she comes to TikTok because the people that she chooses to surround herself with are not good people and are
I
only
like when she
here
goes for
for
people at this
something.
point, to be honest with you. I actually love when she's starting to call people out. She didn't before. She sat there, sucked it in, and then cried, and people made fun of her for that. And now I feel like she's gotten so fucking jaded and she's so far into it that it's like, I'm gonna call you out. And I actually like that side of her. Call
Yeah.
these assholes out. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many times where like I'll catch her live in the morning or something, um, getting my kids up for school or whatever, and like she's it's before all it's before everyone comes in and everything like that, and she's funny. Like there's times where she's actually funny, like that Lusar thing. Like I was, it cracked me up.
Oh my goodness gracious. I laughed so hard at that,
Yeah.
Kristen. Out loud. My dog looked at me and was like, "What is wrong with you, Mom?" I just was like bawling. It was so funny.
Yeah, it like so I mean there is a good side to her, and I know people don't want to, the people that are bullying her don't believe it and don't see it, but at the end of the day that's still someone's mother, daughter, sister, friends, family member, friend, everything. And there is still a good side to her that people need to start seeing. And if they could flood the chat with positivity, if they choose to go in there and just be like, you are a really great person. I'm just not sending you money. Things like that. Like I feel like eventually she's gonna want to give up.
Can I ask you this just one question? Have you followed this group in particular? Or is this new for you? Like, just serious question. It's
So
not condescending or rude. I'm just
no, so I think I've been following this group for like maybe a month. When I got my old account, I was, but then my new account, or when my old account got banned, I had to start the For You page all over again. So when it would come across my For You page, I was like, oh yeah, I remember, and I would follow. So my old account's been banned for like a month, I think. Um, and then I can't remember everyone that I did follow, but I follow each group for
Run the donkey